everybody! It's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. And we're at the end of 2012, so I thought, why not do a year in review, where I go through certain titles I have, and haven't, played through, and give them their proper honorable and dishonorable mention. I split up to 8 categories, and this is the first time I'm doing it, so let's get right into it together, shall we? Starting with Most Ambitious, Resident Evil 6. Whether or not the game performed as well as hoped, there still was a great bit of innovation that went into it. Creator Capcom gave us something new 16 years ago on the PS1 with the first Resident Evil, but since then there have been a slew of complaints that have arisen. Many don't like the mutations you're up against or the stiff controls. I must admit, even being a fan, there have been some super over-the-top moments. This latest title evolved with some changes, being derived from recent spin-offs. The maneuverability and commanding characters, the 3 main storylines from 6 perspectives, the Ada Extra, and the intertwining of all of them was done rather seamlessly, expanding across many different backdrops. The online feature is addictive, the game runs smooth with few glitches or bugs, and aside from there being no discernible upgrading system as was in previous Inceptions, there is high replay value. It pulls off most of what it tries and should get wayward fans back into it. Also, I like Jake Mueller, so get off his case! Surest Bet. New Super Mario Bros. U on the newly released Wii U. For almost 30 years, the classic formula has worked without hitch. No matter the background, no matter the scenario, playing as the plump paisano plumber is always fun. Platforming at its best, now in the clearest HD you can find, makes this an easy choice to start building your Wii U collection off of. And of course, there's always that star coin thing to keep you coming back. Give yourselves a thumbs up, Nintendo. You've done it again. Most Coveted. Halo 4. I've seen and read so much about this latest addition to the other sci-fi soap opera, it drew my interest. Originally created by Bungie, who dropped out following Halo Reach, 343 Industries gave their fans the war against those who came before, called the Forerunners. Although this newest installment starring the main hero and his sweet piece of programmed punani, Cortana, looks great, I cannot in good conscience start at the end. Granted, the patriarch of the Spartan Push has a goofy name, Master Chief. Be that as it may, I must refrain until I have gone through all its predecessors out of respect. Still, it has a solid campaign, it's well polished, and it practically owns online play. Maybe somewhere in the near future I will get involved. I do look forward to it. Least Coveted. XCOM Enemy Unknown. Based on the 1993 turn-based strategy RPG about alien invasion, this looked like a solid title. Then I began to read about it and holy shit! It should be great. Customizable soldiers and squads, special powers, a shopping list of enemies to fight. Even so, give me some shit to shoot at. This game seems way too complicated, with waiting out enemy attacks, gunfire being regulated to random dice rolls, figured through specific stats, deciding what to do with tech. Too much goes into simple missions. I'm sure it's a lot better than I'm judging. If you're a fan, all the power to you. Just don't expect me cosplaying it in its honor. Most Frustrated. BioShock Infinite. I know it's not out yet. That's what's frustrating! When the fuck is it coming out? I heard about this game 2 years ago. I had footage ready in February of BioShocks 1 and 2 to review it before it. Since then, it has been delayed to August, then October, then next February, and now March! They've changed enemy names, designs, added stuff, and ignored key elements. Originally it focused on Vigors, Alphas, and a civil war. Now Alphas are handyman. There are dudes with trumpets for heads. I see nothing about the Vox Populi, and Lizzie can trip through time tears. Just release the goddamn thing already. If this gets held up one more month and I see Elizabeth with another new hairstyle, I swear to God I am going to beat the shit out of the person responsible. I'm looking at you, Ken Levine! Most disappointing. I actually split this into two titles. First, Assassin's Creed 3. Look, I was never a huge Assassin's Creed fan. It took me forever to finish the first with its repetitive missions, bitchy hero, slow modern cut-ins, and long premise. I was able to provide my friend from Superplex Music one of his favorite reviews, but I found it bland. Then came Ezio Auditore di Firenze in Italy during the Renaissance to save the day, spanning 3 games. Despite him, a main character is killed in Brotherhood and another comes in Revelations without any real explanation. Be that as it may, the third had 2 pitches, the end of the storyline and the US Revolution. What you get is 8 hours of tutorial wrapped in playing 3 acts as Connor's dad, then 2 more as young Connor. The game takes forever without going through side missions. Those side missions drum no interest and it misses key historical figures. You hardly see George Washington, even though he has his own DLC. There's no Thomas Jefferson, no John Adams, not even John fucking Hancock. Ben Franklin shows up only as a distraction where you chase his pages down, never to catch any of them. I know he was sorta like Da Vinci, but Ben was a huge part in the construction of the United States. His face is on the fucking $100 bill, and we're chasing almanac sheets? Next time I'll live without Ben Revere's royal screwjob if I get some real beneficial history. Second disappointment, Dishonored. When I read about this game, the idea drew me in. Using special powers to stealth or slaughter. Revenge was also a keen plot point. Yeah, it takes 10 hours to beat if you carefully, methodically go through every mission without causing chaos. No reason to care about getting back at the first 3 targets, and no reason to care about avenging the next betrayal. Corvo is a hero without a voice or a face. Even when you see his face, he's wearing a sucking mask! His relationship with the heiress was sweet for all 5 minutes. I couldn't get invested in any aspect, including the different methods of carrying out missions. After all the hype, this game left me flat. Most pleasant surprise. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I have to say this game is a true marvel. Granted, I once stood on those long lines in the arcade 20 years ago to lose my 2 quarters to some dick that beat me using Guile's glitches during the Street Fighter 2 explosion. Since then, I've been hooked on Street Fighter. Capcom's releases of Street Fighter 4 and Super Street Fighter 4 were sweet, but again, I don't get Tekken. I mean, come on! A boxing kangaroo, raptor, and a fighting farting bear? That said, this game took all the good elements from both Street Fighter and Tekken and made a true gem, despite still not using those gems purposely. Whether playing story mode, fighting online, or just watching the elites do their thing, I continue to get more out of this game than I ever thought I would. Not having E Honda or Ganryu, but including Fat Mega Man with a handgun and Warped Pac-Man riding a Lex Luthor robo-suit does seem like a waste, but the game is grossly entertaining. And now, the best game of the year 2012. Take one guess. Close, but you're way off. Mass Effect 3. Was there any doubt? I'll admit I'm a huge Mass Effect mark who bases his life on NASA finding Prothean archives somewhere in Mars. Stay away from the mass relays! Nevertheless, this is as close to perfection as humans can produce. Yeah, EA pushed an incomplete title to hose fanboys like me out of 80 extra bucks on DLC, but this game is worth it. Say what you want about the auto dialogue, only 2 conversation options, limited crew members, decisions, and other forms of idle nitpicking spawned from hating the fake ending. Mass Effect 3 is still the most intense, invasive, engaging gaming experience of all time. From the opening to the end, it exudes drama. Choices now are not just being nice or cruel. They have serious ramifications that leave you wondering if you fucked the whole galaxy over. Every previous character developed has their mark on the overall game function. Every bit of personality your Shepard had is expanded, and every role from small to large is played out fully, showing the utmost respect to the Mass Effect universe. It's still buggy and has frozen on me too much, but the ever-evolving main game and expanding multiplayer keeps me coming back for more. That might never change. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed my picks for 2012 of best and worst. But leave your comment, let me know what you felt deserved honorable and dishonorable mention based on what I missed. Thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day. And Happy New Year!